Welcome, race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4, to the white flag, and it's 1 to go.
All right, welcome back, sim racing fans. Little bit of issues. New year, new problems, as ATVO just updated all their stuff and caused me to go crazy. I'm Harold Darner, producer for Split Decisions Racing off of One to Go Studios, and I'm in the booth today with Ken Kushwa. Ken, man, is one heck of a year already starting. We're going to start the playoffs here in Indianapolis Motor Speedway off the NASCAR circuit, though.
Yeah, they removed it, I guess, when they went road coursing all the time. Happy New Year to everybody out there, and glad to join you for the playoffs. The Gremlins are out for us, as Harold said, but we'll get through this one way or the other. Hopefully, people will be joining us, as Kathy Joe just jumped in and said hi, Harold and Ken. So, interesting to see what happens this evening.
And while these guys are on a qualifying, we are a little bit behind. Standings going up. Right now, we're on the playoff number 1 here with Josh out there on the racetrack. As you see, they're currently in the first position. And top the board he goes. But so him, Johnson, Clark, Smith, Susie, Ramsdale, Turner, Bo Ross, and Michael Gitchell are all top of the boards, rating to see who wins for the Cup Series. Moving on into the Xfinity Series, you said Garrett's going to go 4 for 5.
I think 4 for 5 is probably an easy bet. Yep.
Okay. Well, one road course and a super speedway involved in the last 5 races. So then we got Corey Herrigs, Nathan Manwaring, Josh McKinney, Matthew Kopp, Peterson, Anderson, and Humphrey. And then over to our Trucks Series. And we have DJ, Trout, Turkle, Garoni, Gagari, Crane, Finnegan, Michaels, and Wasaki. And, I mean, Trout and Turkle have been fighting all year, and they were really close, 5 points separating the two of them.
Yeah, the trucks are where the excitement's been all year long. Everybody's tight together there, so it should be a good race, or should be a good playoffs for them.
Should be a good playoff, is for sure. Look at the polls here. I don't have the new colors put up, but that is who your poll winners are for tonight for the DJ Design Poll Award, as we said earlier. Having a little bit of problem with ATVO. It's not liking me today, but hey, we'll work it out. Actually, so I would put that back up again because it looks like I had something on top of it. There we go. So everybody can see the poll winners there, Trout, Susie, and Herrigs. So pretty much normal people up front today.
Absolutely. From the looks of it, there's, 19 cars total right now?
Yep. So it looks like they starting the grid up now. So Josh not on the track just yet. Neither is Richard Crane. Crane just popped in. So waiting on that one car to get right behind the pace car to let these guys go to probably one lap till green, then 90 minutes of racing with a 55-minute stage break. And it looks like
ATVO is down, right?
You're not seeing it, are you?
I'm not.
No, you should be. I mean, are you talking about which one? The timing?
The timing is scoring.
Okay, I just sent it out now. But you should see it on the screen there. I don't have the grid up yet, but, because you should say the Into Being up there right now in the One to Go Studios emblem. As we're waiting for the starter to get in here. It looks like Susie, maybe not. There he goes. There's Superman. He just showed up.
Finoid says hi in Twitch.
Yep.
I've got everything up right now. So everybody talking.
Around the track we were going, so got 3 cams today. So this is what we got going on. We got Susie on the inside of Johnson, then Kremit on the inside of Clark. Then we have the... Oh, okay, I'm showing DJ Trout should be next. But looks like they've went back to class coding. So Cups up front, Xfinity's in the middle, and the trucks in the back. So Gitchell, Bill Ross, Jeff Ramsdale will move up into the front, and then DJ Trout, Turkle, Gary. Those are actually the trucks. Those are all in the back. And then Corey Herrigs, Matt, Wanwearing, McKinney, Kopp, Seidner, and Peterson will be then DJ Trout, Turkle, Gary, Finnegan, Crane, and Garoni will be pulling up the back. So throw me a new curveball for already started the new season.
Say that's yeah, quite a mess.
So you can see them where they should be, but that's not where they are as we're going to get ready to go racing here.
Cool bump. Didn't even make it to the pace.
All right, and the green flag is out. Looks like somebody up into the wall right on the restart. Crane all the way in the back.
Pushing before they even got to the start zone. So interesting. All right, now it's caught itself up. It's all back where it belongs.
And Johnson on the outside of the 81 of Josh Saucy. Susie, I should say. I like to say Saucy. He doesn't like it, though.
He does not.
But not, you know, because this, we talked about it earlier, no gourmet cameras for me because this is not a NASCAR track. So my camera person did not make a track camera for this one. So we're kind of using what iRacing has available. So we're limited on our shots tonight.
Finoid posed the question, are these real people racing? Yes, there are people behind steering wheels with pedals and everything. They are racing.
He knows better. That's Gonzo.
I have to play along.
That's Gonzo.
What if someone out there really did have that question?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So if I'd answer it, you know, knowing who it is.
Yeah, that's true. And he's one of the guys that races with me in endurance racing, so
exactly.
I know for sure he knows that there are people in them cars. We have 14 people watching in the new year, so welcome back. So we did get off to a rocky start already. You know, I think it's because I'm getting older, Ken. I think that's what it really is.
It's at least tomorrow, right?
That's right. You know, so I'll get another year older, so my body says, you know what? I'm just tired of this stuff.
Definitely says that. That's for sure.
So Susie to the top of the leaderboard as far as the speed goes, as well as leading the pace here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Ken, I don't know how much you know about this racetrack, but I can tell you on iRacing, this track is very difficult to hit if you mess up turn 1 or 3. Because in 1 and 3, if you don't set it up right, you will end up going into the wall in the short chutes between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Very flat and a 90-degree turn. So it's not like you would think some of these other places like we've been to, Dover for one, or Talladega, Daytona, and that. There's some speeds here, but you're really having to push the car and make the entry to diamond that corner all the way through. So you basically treat each end of the racetrack as one continuous turn.
But what I know about Indianapolis, other than what I've seen on TV, is I've driven past it. And that's about the extent of it all. I love to watch races there. I wish NASCAR would have brought the oval back, especially with the new next-gen car, because I'd like to see them hang to the track.
Well, that's why they rather do the road course, I guess. So Finoy's moving now from Twitch to YouTube, so So we'll see him when he's over there. But now the thing I found interesting is, and this is things of people who don't know iRacing and IndyCar had a falling out just recently. There will be no more official Indianapolis racing on iRacing on the Dallara 18, which is sad for me because that's my favorite car.
Yeah.
And there'll be no Indy 500 this year, which I've competed in many, many years because it's such a fun race to be in. Basically, they said that Indy said they could still use the race car, they could still use the circuits, but iRacing has kind of put them in a bind and basically said, well, if you're not going to let us race them, we're going to take a lot of your tracks off of the circuit and replace them with others. So there's a little bit of fighting back and forth with them as Indy decided to give an exclusivity to a software developer out there.
Sounds like a little, I'm going to take my ball and run.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make sense. You know, a lot of the people in the racing community are like, they just don't understand it because a lot of people started watching Indy because they could race the Indy cars on iRacing. And I thought it was the best car overall to drive as far as the higher divisions here, and it was only like you knew that the levels there, you know, the D, C, B, and A.
Yep.
You could get a C license and race the Indy car. You know, so a lot of people love that car because you get into that right away and have a lot of fun, and it's got a lot of ability to change things from the cockpit like the real car does. And like I said, I participated in quite a few things. It's sad to see them go. A lot of people are telling them, hey, y'all figure this out and let's get it fixed before the Indy 500.
What a good idea that would be. So Ryan Johnson has been, if you've been paying attention, he's pretty fast. He's been all over, and he actually got touched as he came off of one of the corners. So his car is working, but he's trying different lines. Give Josh credit for changing it up as he comes off the straight, especially when he hits the straightaways. He's been changing how he does that. Here's a good shot inside of Ryan. He's got his VR helmet on today.
If you rely on an RPM gauge, you see they just lift a little bit of brake, hit that corner and back into the gas they go, and man, they are fishtailing off the corner.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
And he's shifting.
Lap ago.
Yeah. And he's shifting into fourth, so interesting.
There you see drop down the fourth. Up through, little flat area between the turns. Harold said setting it up right. Back around. And a long straightaway in the back. Looks like he's trying to get a good run on it. Not going to do it.
So
he's there. He's definitely there.
You got to find a spot though. But man, I tell you, in the Indy car here, 6th gear, you know, there's 6 gears in that box is usually for passing. Don't remember grabbing many gears here other than going through the gear system in the Indy cars. So it's interesting to see Ryan switching gears here. The last time NASCAR really on a longer track was shifting gears was Pocono back before. That'd be like 12 or more years ago. I used to drop into 3rd gear in turn 3 because of that long turn that never ended, and then bring it back out. So, or you could drop it also in the tunnel turn maybe to help you turn the corners as that 90-degree turn at Indian, or not even Pocono. So it's the Indy corner at Pocono, I should say. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to get out there and actually measure it.
That'd be fine.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Work for me, yeah.
So Fenoid actually said the same thing I said, is Motorsports Gaming. I believe they're the ones that are responsible for the current NASCAR debacle that came out. And back into the wall goes. Yeah. And look at the tin. So Dylan Clark calls that car the tin can. So he brought the tin can back out, is what he said. So we show Dylan Clark here in the chrome color. So
I like the chrome car.
Yeah. And look at all them cabbages. And a little piece of pumpkin pie.
Whatever. It's all good.
He put the little piece of pumpkin pie in there for me. So
He did. That's very nice. He's so thoughtful.
Fenoy says they don't even deserve that one. Well,
No.
it's kind of, to me, they're two different types of rate of game. There's PC and there's console. I think you and I were talking about this one time because there's Forza right that you play.
So I play Forza on
a console. Yeah, on a console. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then but I also play. There's a couple other really good ones that
Gran
are out
Turismo.
there. Gran Turismo is on PlayStation. I did not get the latest one that's out now. I drive. When I get on the PlayStation, it's usually Need for Speed. I just want to get chased. I want to chase. That's the kind of thing. But when it comes to racing, yeah, Gran Turismo is a racer. Forza can be a racer. But those, I mean, again, they're built for
for the console, and they're built for the handheld steering. And then some of them, I've noticed, like even a lot of my steering systems say they're good for PlayStation or for Xbox, and I could never seem to get into work. So a set of Corzos on the console,
I have that.
But a set of Corza did a really good job on the PC as far as I'm concerned. But iRacing's pure PC, so it's designed for the simulation. The people have the rigs with the wheels and the pedals.
I'll tell you this,
racing.
Harold, you better have a wheel and a setup for a set of Corsa even on console.
Yeah,
because it's as real as it gets. I remember I was driving a Jaguar down into the corner. Yeah, the corner turned. I didn't. It was tough.
I was always under the impression that the console games. I equate console racing with arcade racing. I go to the arcade like pole position and play, and you just run into people and knock them all over the place. But you don't do that in iRacing, you'll get busted. Here we go. We got the pass on the inside. Tiny Horse underneath the 81. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good. It's.
Oh wow! But he got around him again. So.
Yep.
The high 81 got the high side to work, but look at the top 3, 1, 2, 3 here, as we're over 12 minutes in here. So back here, we got the Xfinity Series with a Joe Turkel in the way.
Oh.
So Garrett Seidner, go figure, and Josh McKinney. And Seidner still leading, then Mr. Turkel, the leader of the trucks, coming up on him. Oh, into the wall goes Joe Turkel.
He's not coming up on anybody anymore.
No, that's not good. Down he went, though, in front of Josh McKinney. I'm sure that scared Mr. McKinney a little bit.
That would do it for me. Yeah, there you go. Fenoy said it is on console. And you got to use a wheel. It's this crazy. I mean, you just drive, and you're driving the courses.
Big hit!
Oh, big hit!
It was a Corey Herrigs and a truck, and a bunch of trucks go around. That should bring the caution out. There are like 4 cars involved in that, and out comes the yellow flag. So we'll have to go to our replay for that. But that was us. We were kind of watching it from the front. From the front of the pits, if I remember right. Try to get it out in that.
Things you can't afford during the playoffs.
Yep, that's not the one I wanted, those. There we go. All right, so here we got the group of cars here. I saw Mr. Herrigs was involved in here somewhere. Oh, that's up a little further. That's why. Hold on. Let me go up to the right car. Oh, going the wrong way here. Yep, there's Corey. We'll stay with Corey Herrigs, and we'll go on the far chase. How about that? There we go. We're looking down the straightaway at these guys and saw, as I had switched cameras to kind of see everybody.
Yeah.
So here's Corey Herrigs up high, the 61 of DJ Trout on the inside. Oh, there's our first
That's
contact with Turkle.
Yeah.
And we saw that, and then they went away from it, and that's because Turkle pulled it off the wall because he got stuck to the wall. Oh, contact there. Oh, wow.
McKinney. He loses it. Gets off the track, thank goodness. But behind him, they would be stacking up.
I thought maybe I went a little bit too far back. Is that even possible?
Right here.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit further there. So this, oh, we have Garoni. So that was the 174 of
Chris
Finnegan.
Oh,
Chris,
that last part.
The 174 was Chris Finnegan.
Right, Finnegan's there.
So see where this first starts off. So it looks like contact first between Herrigs and the 174. So let's try to get this back going forward. So
he hits the wall, comes off and over adjusts.
Oh,
and then
wow. And
then Josh McKinney, who was involved in the first thing, went down low, came back out, and then gets slammed multiple times. Yep. So I'm guessing a few people will be changing automobiles. Unfortunately for them, it's a lot of time left. So hour and 15 minutes is a lot of time.
Yep, a lot of time left. A lot of time left, so that would be the first caution 15 minutes into the race. And we had, so the front of the Cup cars were all together, and then we had a lot of issues going on after that.
Five have used their hurry up, get fixed, and get back out.
Yeah.
Again, means they're going to have to be clean the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be fun if we had one of those things? This crash is sponsored by. This crash is brought to you. One to Go Studio. Need someone to call that race? One to Go Studios is here for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll get lined back up again and try to go at it all over again. I'd like to see. I'm interested to see exactly how those front three are gonna. Right now, I just see Ryan Johnson and Dylan Clark. So Josh dropped back. He's in sixth. Why, thank you, Mr. Anderson. That is very nice of you. All right. Here we go. That's a good move by Brian, but I believe Dylan's going to try to come back and catch him early so he doesn't fight him later in the tires. There we have Michael Gitchell in third.
How is Patrick Anderson talking about us? Is he racing? No, he's not.
He's not out there.
Oh, that's why he's talking about us. Okay.
It's okay, Patrick. He just woke up from a nap, so.
Shosh it. See what it is? You take 2 weeks off. Everybody thinks they're like, hey, early. So you doing anything on Friday night? And it's like, yeah.
Happened. I always love the one thing I love about Indy, and these guys are doing it as well. I always love the front stretch and how they all just snake back and forth, back and forth.
You definitely see it with the Indy cars in iRacing.
Yeah.
You'll have 7 cars all trying to pull a different line down that thing. What you're trying to do is you're trying to put dirty air on the guy behind you so he can't pass you.
Absolutely. And at the rate of speed they fly on that track, it's understandable.
Oh, bad. Lori does not like the race car at all, for the most part. And she's come down here a couple times when I've been. She sees the monitors while I'm doing 220.
Yeah.
Down,
everything's a blur.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
She doesn't like it. She thinks it's uncool.
Oh well, it's not for everybody.
Nope, it's not. So, what, we got 15 minutes till the stage break.
Here see Susie trying to come back. Josh is trying to pull past Gitchell.
Yeah,
See him pull up, so he makes that move. Yep, pulls up in front. So he definitely wants to get back to the lead at the pace he shoots. Oh, I mean, he has tapped that wall several times.
Several times, yes.
Dylan is all, I mean, Dylan's like a bumper sticker right now. Again. Maybe there's water on the track there.
Uh-huh.
Something keeps it as he comes out. You don't see damage on it, though.
Yeah.
Dylan's still trying to stick his nose down underneath. These turns are not good for when you're side by side. Oh, here comes Josh like a rocket. He is going to try to, oh my goodness, did he have momentum?
That just right, pull the clean air and pull you through the downwind, boom, downforce on there. Whoa.
Yeah, that's a little too much force.
Yeah, you really gotta, yeah, it definitely, yeah.
I'm wondering if it wasn't because they were running side by side, if he wasn't catching air off of both of them.
Possibly, because you can't get side drafts here in iRacing.
That would have been quite a stream coming down that middle. So Dylan gets away, only for a moment, once Josh gets his wheel back under him, so to speak. And then Tiny Horse, of course, will not sit there for long. He'll go back and fight as well. Behind them, Sir Kremet and Michael Gitchell. Bo Ross there in the 77. Garrett Seidner is in the lead for the Xfinity. I don't know if anybody's shocked by that. And then the trucks are still battling out. Gary, Trout, and Garoni are all right around each other. And that's where they've been all year. So this should be a good finish for those guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hope everybody had a great holiday. Good Christmas, a good New Year, and as we roll forward, it's hard to believe we're already at this time. I think we say that every year, though.
I think so. So Dylan Clark sitting up there. Was that now a slight hiccup?
Yeah, but that's, I mean, everybody saw it across the board. Again, it's just gremlins working through everything.
Yep.
Looks like it's leveled off between the three of them.
Okay. I did see it on my end, though, so.
Dylan Clark, Josh Susi, and Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson, 1, 2, 3. That has not changed.
Yeah, the
Keeping an
new
eye
truck
on-
leader, though.
Yeah, Gary is now the leader for the trucks. But DJ Trout and Kevin Gurney are right there with him, so. Thing that can happen here, though, Harold, and with only 19 cars, it can happen in a hurry. They can get spread out, too. Then we're going to start talking about, I don't know, food, maybe some other things. Awesome. All right, he's come up to his bumper a little bit more. Now only about a car length between the two, and he's going to try to stay right on his tail. That's some good driving right there, Harold. Good driving. Are you eating?
No. I'm trying to do a couple things, trying to make sure we don't run into those issues again.
Okay, well, you keep on doing that. Let's see how close he can get. I think if he comes out tight, he's a little tighter this time than he was the last time. Whoa, he's got him squirreling. Got the back end squirreling coming into 4 now. A lot tighter than they were the last time. Sliding around. Johnson way down low.
Downtown low, huh?
It was near Wallow.
Wallow?
Yeah.
Is that by Wally or Waco?
Somewhere between, yeah.
Waco and way slow. All right.
Waco, Wayclow, and way slow. This has allowed Dylan to get back out and get a little distance between the two.
You know, Tiny Horse and Josh have been bouncing off each other all season. Matter of fact, at some really weird times, if you remember right. Dover and I think another race, they ended up taking each other out.
They did, and it was for the win. So I've seen that a lot. I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind that close race like that. That's kind of what I want. It looks like John Peterson has disconnected.
Oh no, Mr. Peterson disconnected.
Leaving us with 18. I think Dylan wants to see those guys stay that close together. Fight
All right, let them keep fighting. He's like, let them keep fighting. I'll just keep going.
New leader in the trucks, DJ Trout, now in the lead with Garoni, and then Gary's dropping behind. Pick up again.
That is very strange because we've not had this all day until just now. Hopefully it'll settle itself out.
Oops, sorry about this.
Yep. Wow. Wow. I do not understand what it's causing this. Is it something running in the background, or ATVO or something, because it'll do that, and then it'll show me a lot of high FPS. So I'll have to work on it this week. I figure out what caused it. Maybe ATVO needs another update.
It almost seems like every time there ever is one.
Yeah, unfortunately, and yeah. So these
allow
are
you to go back up front.
Let me try. Yeah, Strawberry Kid, I got it. I think it's something to do with ATVO cameras. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just use the iRacing buttons, and that seemed to work just fine in that switch up there. So is it completely locked up, or Ken? What do you got on YouTube? Strawberry Kid saying it's completely locked up, frozen. Ken?
YouTube is now it's moving back up.
So, something to do with the ATVO camera selection. So at least I've determined what it is, so I know what not to do.
That's good news.
Yeah, I just basically use the camera picker in iRacing Organic. How about that? We'll go with that for now.
Better than a nose picker.
Well, you know, if you want a nose picker, you can go get you a nose picker.
No, I think nobody wants to see that.
I mean, you know, I heard something. There was an old saying that said, you can pick your nose, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friends' nose.
You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friends' nose.
There you go. See, you knew exactly what I was saying. So
I was trying.
Somebody's sticking near me. All right, so Fenoy says he's going to be off in like 5 minutes, which will be just right at the time for the stage break. As Dylan Clark's starting to push himself up a little bit, he's got himself, it looks like, 8/10 of a lead over Tiny Horse.
The Strawberry Kid said he's got back up again, too. That they're back up again.
All right, good. So that's good. Hopefully we'll avoid this for the rest of the evening.
Kathy Joe was probably off eating, so she didn't even see it happen, hopefully.
Yeah, well, you know, she was supposed to come down here. I say that's the problem. It was going to work just fine if that's...
I mean...
It was snowed in Kathy Joe was what happened. That's what happened. Yeah, Dylan Clark just basically motoring, just kind of putting in laps. Looks at the time. He's got plenty of time going on. Looks like look like Tiny Horse is kind of psych. I'm not going down pit lane.
That's the other thing. We don't know how far they can go. I would assume on a track this size wouldn't be a whole lot of laps, but currently they're on lap, let's see here, 33 in the stint that they're on, or is that overall? That's overall.
34 is the total, 18 was the stint, yep. Because they all came down on that caution that we had.
Right.
And we saw cars going every which way.
Kremet been hanging in there, but you can see him. But as I said before, this track has a tendency to stretch people out. And Dylan's got 1.7 over a Tiny Horse, and back to 3.5 now to Josh, 5 back to Kremet, and then way back to Bo in 11 seconds. Trucks have spread themselves out as well, with Gary pulling away from DJ Trout. You see there at a 1.9 to 2.5 back to Finnegan. And side speed, as usual.
Yep.
See? She's eating a Cobb salad and chicken. I told you she was.
Cobb salad and chicken. Tastes like chicken.
I would hope so. We do it at 50. Is it 50?
55.
55. So just over a minute. Be going to our stage break.
Oh, Clark with a good 2.2 second lead over Tiny Horse.
Oh. Everybody's on the same strategy, so.
So you wonder if anybody's going to do something different, maybe stay out or something on the stage break. As we're at 55:03, caution out. So that is our stage break. Our stage break presented by. All right, why my stage break don't work? Really? Wow, I'm having all kinds of fun problems. I can't click nothing in. Oh, that's not cool. Why can't I click
Showing
nothing?
yellow either up on the bar. Gremlins are in control this evening.
Wow.
Harold wants to be, but
Wow, that is weird. Wow, guys, I can't click anything. This is crazy. I saw yellow come out.
yellow's out according to the guy waving on the stand.
And
ATVO has it on yellow.
but I can't seem to click anything now. There's Garrett. There's pace cars out. But I cannot click anything on any of my screens, really. This is so weird. Well, that worked, at least. My buttons work. But I can't click on anything. Very strange. Like only my main monitor I can click on. So, but I will go with it. Gremlins are everywhere.
We don't have much choice. We have.
Well,
It just won't be a lot to talk.
well, I won't be able to put any. I won't be able to change anything. So, what we see is what we see, and I can change the cameras. That's about it. And I'm gonna have to basically, yeah, it's gonna be interesting trying to turn it off too. So. Which means also I don't think I can move anybody, and I can't even do anything in OBS either. It's very strange. I can do some things, but not other things. That is weird.
Onto the pits, we do know that. Sure.
Ah, looks like now I think it might be working. Hey, there we go. That's my event slide. That's the wrong one. Stage break. There we go. Back Row Sports Esports presents the stage break as we see the pace car waiting for the guys to come out there. So, crisis averted for a little bit.
Oh, you say that.
For now.
And disregard the into being at the top, the green. We are in yellow. We're in yellow.
Now it's starting to act up again, though.
Yep. Now it's freezing.
Wow.
Wow. That's about all we got, folks. Wow.
I changed it to Yeller though.
What?
You ever heard Gremlins in the Machine? I tell you, I don't think I've ever had a broadcast this. Well, no, I'll take it back. I have had a broadcast this bad, but it was when I first started doing this a long time ago.
The bad part is we can't control it, other than we just got to deal with it at this point.
Yep. So April shows up.
April was there.
Yep. And I saw her on Facebook, her and talking to Kathy Joe. So, and the guys are getting ready to get back out of here. Tiny Horse takes the lead off of pit lane. Clark and Kremet, Bo Ross, Michael Gitchell. Susie's all the way back in the 9th spot behind 2 trucks and Garrett. I'm wondering where that happened. They had a long pit stop, 28.3. Maybe he did some repairs, some of that car, because it did not. Whoa. There's Richard Crane getting a wave around. Like, you know, who's playing slot cars, slalom racing.
A long time in the box.
Yep, spent a little time in the box. Probably fixing some damage. Really not a big problem here at this racetrack to do that. I mean, loses a few positions, but you saw how quick he gained on him last time. So.
Well, you saw Nate Manwaring took a while. Josh McKinney took a while. Finnegan took a little while. So yeah, probably what you're saying. A little bit of repair damage. The people on Facebook just saw the
Just saw what?
Just saw the slot car thing.
Oh yeah.
Just
Aha.
now there's a new thing where it'll pause, and if you go in and out of the screen or what have you, it'll pause the feed and then you fall behind. It's like,
wow.
Facebook, fix it, will you please? Because you're being ridiculous. Pace car getting ready to jump off of here.
As like if I do anything in iRacing, I mean ATVO is what's causing this lag. So.
Bruce again.
Yep. I apologize. It is live, but like I tell you, anytime I touch the ATVO screen, it does that. So I need to stop doing that. It's like the doctor says, quit touching that then.
Yeah, it's Facebook now speeding up as well, but it's just it's because of the delay.
Yeah.
Pace car has dropped off. If you can see it, Ryan Johnson, Dylan Clark are up front. Kremet stuck his nose in there, so it's now Johnson, Kremet the Great, Dylan Clark, with Gitchell right behind them, and then Bo Ross there. Garrett Seidner has come up to 6th position as far as overall, and does lead the Xfinity. I think Gary is leading the trucks in 8th. Dylan blinked out there for a moment, but he dives way down inside underneath. Kremet slides up though, hard time holding the car. Back down in again. Johnson trying to get away from that. Dylan slides around, gets past Kremet, and so it's Johnson, Clark, Kremet, and Gitchell lined up in a pretty row. only one that triggered that spray action.
What?
Johnson is the only one that gets so close to the wall every time he comes off that it's like spray. Bump the wall. Dylan underneath. Oh, hits the edge of it, but holds on to it. Good job there. Gonna dive back down inside under tiny horse. Oh man, are they close? Good. Ryan cuts off the nose and then comes back over to the front, get in front of Kremet. This time he will have the low line.
And now Susie all the way back up to 4th spot.
What a good car tonight.
Yeah, definitely knows what he's got underneath the hood there. Challenging throughout the racetrack. Not worried about going back and having to fight his way back up at all.
Doesn't like spending time in pits longer than everybody else seems to affect him at all, but and we see Kevin Gagari has gotten into the lead for the truck with DJ Trout right behind him. And Garoni Ramsdale has shown up to the picture at 9th spot.
So there's Gagari leading the way with, like you said, DJ Trout right behind him.
Yep.
Jeff Ramsdale and then Mr. Garoni.
Ramsdale's the meat in the truck sandwich.
Yeah.
He's going to dive down there and get around DJ Trout again. Up front, still battling. 4 of them now going to go.
Whoa, a little bit of, woo. Clark got into the back of Tiny Horse. Somebody up in the wall. Looks like Richard Crane.
Yep, Crane found the wall. Using the crane technique. Find it. Oh, that's not going to end well. Yep, bye-bye. Hold it, hold it.
Up there.
Oh. Dylan's probably.
Don't see a caution though.
I think he held it, but he's gonna have a hard time getting back up there without a little help. They were close together for how many laps? I mean,
The 4 of the cars all together.
yeah.
No, Clark way off pace right now. Let's see if we get back to him. So we get it back up to speed here. And we saw him basically tear them tires up being sideways.
Oh yeah, I mean he did a 360, so I can't imagine they're going to be in great shape. But there'll be another pit. Now this is a big track too, so it's not as if he couldn't dive in. He's just got to get a little closer to dive in and maybe.
Susie went back there too, though.
Yeah.
Susie back down to the 5th position during that. Back to the front here.
Trucks again are tight as well. There you see all 3 of them. Gary, Garoni, and Trout. Those are all battling back there.
Side slap there with the 97 of Sir Kremet now.
Amazed at how quick they cut that down. They get into these turns. He's way out there, but then just he touched the wall that time.
Yeah, they've been hanging it way out there to get that angle, because like I said, there's not a lot of banking to help you make the corner. So anything you can do to widen the corner help that car to turn is going to help you keep the momentum.
Dylan's still out there, way back, gaining a little bit at a time, but
His last lap was a 53.115, which is basically just off his fastest lap.
yeah. He has speed in the car, that's for sure.
So not a lot of damage. You're just trying to need some help, basically, like close the field back up again for him.
If anybody knows what that's like, get an idea.
What's that?
I have an ulcer on the side of my tongue.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. If I don't say a whole lot, folks, it's not because I don't care. Two up front are sticking together pretty good.
That's our battle right here, the top two. And then we got the truck series. The Kevins are fighting it out.
Yep.
So Garrett and Corey. Now Corey's within 1.4 of Garrett Seidner. So Xfinity series starting to show up a little bit here.
Up front, still tight. Between a car and a half length on the leader. And then it's a good drop back to Susie in third. Dylan is climbing though, by the way.
He's working. He's going to need a little bit of help from the flag stand, I think, though.
Yeah, probably right. I mean, you can use people as he catches them, pull them along, but yeah, I think you're right. Ooh, Kremet got a heck of a run, but could not finish on the outside, had to back off a little bit. Lost. Come on.
Yeah, just got to time that right in between the two corners, otherwise you'll end up finding the wall.
Sliding that back end around, too. Now, we're together, as you can see in the 8th, 9th, 10th, or 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th truck. Definitely running two different lines as well, these two.
About 37 minutes left. The top 6 all Cup Series drivers, with Dylan Clark, who's involved in that contact, in 12th. Then you have the 4 trucks from the 2 Kevins, DJ and Joe Turkel, in 1 through 4. Garrett now by himself, a good 2.4 seconds. Actually, more than that now, about 3 seconds between him and Herrigs. He got himself a big gap to work with.
I kind of figured that the Cup cars would be out front all night. I didn't think.
Yeah.
Clark's gotten around Seidner now as well. Tiny Horse gapping it a little more each lap, it seems like. They are currently on a 15 lap stint so far since the stage break. Dave Manwaring did come down into the pits. He will be the freshest one on the track. Rich. Trying to get there, but he's not a lot of help for him right now. Strawberry Kid YouTube back up again? Should be.
Hey, yeah, we put that in a while ago. It was at 27, so it was about 12 minutes ago. And he had said that. And that's basically when it was happening. Last time I actually touched something.
Shame we can't touch more, but...
Yeah, I'm a little worried about it, so... Can't yell at anybody, it's a free product.
I hear you, but if you're going to put a product out, make it worth it. Free or not. There's always additions that you can pay for.
Actually, they don't. Well, they do, but they don't. Their product. They're buying products far outside of our budget. They have templates that they'll talk more of the size of like. Yeah, we're talking about the thousands of dollars, and so I don't have that.
Within the budget. That wall. Oh, boy, that thing squared off on him, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. So starting to spread out a little bit more here. Everybody all the way around. Kevin Gary's 1.6 over DJ Trout. Johnson 1.1 over Sir Crimmett, and Garrett's got 4.7. So. Everybody's starting to spread it out with 33 left.
I mean, you can't help but do that. There's no way to avoid it. See two cars already on there. Well, Manwaring's still on the pits. That's not. Assume there's something wrong there.
Nate's been there for quite a while, and he lost the car earlier, so...
Yeah, Right, one more truck for Dylan Clark to pass, and then we'll get back to having 1 through 7 all being Cup again. Gary again.
He's actually not doing too bad. He's 17 seconds behind Johnson. I thought he'd be a whole lot more by now, but...
He's kept an even pace pretty much the whole time, which is impressive. At one point, he had it down in the 16th, but trying to gain that much on him is a lot. And Ryan's running really well. I mean, he's not changed his spot. He's stayed pretty much in the same spot the whole time. Tap. Three, 2, 4. You love Tapsic. Got him.
So Clark now moved past the last truck, and now is within 17 seconds of your race leader. sitting about 2.5 behind Ramsdale.
He's running slightly faster time. It's just a lot of time to make up. Ramsdale's running 56. Means he's going to get him. But Ryan Johnson's running a 54.3. Dylan's running last 54.1. Ooh, back end on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be getting near tire time, I think. Even back in the back of the picture, I saw Bo Ross. Like he had a little bit of a slide job going on. Ball tap. Go. In. Stretch. He's extremely consistent, that's for sure.
Yes. So about just under the 30-minute mark now. As you see the top 3 drivers there on your screen. And then that's Bo Ross all the way back there with Gitchell coming off the last corner. Clark has a 7.6 gap back to Gitchell.
Around Ramsdale.
He already got around Ramsdale.
That's what I'm saying. He's gotten around Ramsdale.
Right, so now Gitchell's the next one for him to look for.
Cut it under 17 seconds. They can go to like 30.
Let's see where they're doing. 24 is where they're at right now.
Yeah.
With under 30 minutes to go.
Is it possible they may need more than 2? More than 1?
Nah, these lap times are just at a minute. So they can do, they're at 24 now. So we should be fine. Fuel it up, be done.
Got a couple that are down now. DJ Trout, Kevin Crony, they've come down.
Yeah.
To the pits.
Maybe they might need a splash then. I figured they could stay out a little longer.
That's in the truck, so maybe the cars can go a little longer. See, Kremet has fallen into the clutches of Josh. He's right there. I feel like Dylan can see Gitchell and he knows he can go get him. He's really picked up. I mean, he's 54, 348. He's 3/10 of a second. So almost 4 tenths faster than the first one. Whoa! Josh loses it coming off of the turn. Saves it. Nope, taps the wall really, really hard. You said if you don't cut that corner right, it will bite you.
Yep.
Sure enough, there you see Ryan's going to tap that wall. That's the one he's been hitting every time. Seems to set himself up to come into 2 much better. Come out onto the long straight better as well. I just saw the slide.
Sorry, kid asking, what do you think Dylan would it be like if he didn't make contact earlier? As strong as he's being.
I would say that mathematically speaking, or looking at it, I would say that he would be right up there with Brian, because their times are extremely similar. They're not too far off. I think he's actually running. That last time he was a little bit slower, but he's probably dealing with something, because he got around. He's getting up to Gitchell now, but I don't know. They're running even times, so it would be good to see. I mean, the best he can hope for, Harold, is he goes down the pit lanes, gets quick pit, gets out, doesn't have any issues, and maybe someone else has an issue. But like you said, it's going to be a long haul.
The 38, 2.1 over Sir Crimmett now. Clark within 3.3 of Gitchell.
Gitchell's not far off of Bo Ross. Third. Anxious to see if they ride it out and go when Tiny Horse goes. Do they, make their own strides and come when they want? That'll be another thing to watch.
Well, 24 minutes remaining. The Cup cars can definitely make the rest of the way, because they've shown they can do 29 laps. And as far as the trucks might need the guys that came down early, the 5 and 4 of Trout and Gagary. It'd be close. We'll see what they end up doing at the end of this thing.
Like Dylan came in.
Yep, Dylan Clark coming down pit lane now. This is good because he comes down now. He fuels, gets whatever taken care of, his tires, damage, all that. If a caution comes out that he's not in, other people might come down and at least get him back up to where he needs to be. So, trying to be smart about it. He knows he can make the distance the way he doesn't need to pit again. So, with 23 to go, Tiny Horse down. That gives the lead to Bo Ross.
They came in right around 28, 29 for the most part, it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah. Bo won't be able to sit out there much. All filled up, out on the track. It's like Josh Susi is gone. He's all gone.
Yep, he decided he's done.
Bo Ross and Ramsdale coming down now. Back over to
Back to Tiny Horse.
driver speed race over. Controls, captain's in the spot. And it's only in that turn that he does it. He's got a mark there.
So Dylan Clark comes out in the third spot. 9.5 behind Krimmett. Gains 2 spots on pit lane.
Bit of
He's 15 seconds behind Johnson. I think he was within, what he said, 18 seconds last time. So he gained like 3 seconds.
When he went into the pit, he was 16, almost 17 seconds, 16 and a half, we'll say.
Okay, so he's gained a second and a half since then.
Gained a second and a half out on the track, and he's pushing even harder to gain even more. So, yeah, he's running good stuff. That time around, he ran a 52.9 versus the 54. Hammers down. Tap. Oh, it's not that. Kenny.
Still looking at Johnson, leader there. And it was like he's catching up to Josh McKinney, that all-white car. And Kremit's 6 seconds behind him. And he's got 8 seconds between him and Dylan. So
you can see him when he gets to the stretch, but you don't see him otherwise. There you see him. 5.2 seconds. Dylan Clark now under 14 seconds, 16 and a half back.
So 8 seconds between Krimmett and Clark, 5 seconds between Krimmett and Johnson. Kevin Garoni and DJ Trout, 0.8 separate the two of them.
Yeah, I've been watching that. It's gotten tighter. What is it? Above a second. There.
And 4:58 of Kevin Gagary. 0.8 the lead there. And Garrett has a 3.8 second lead over Corey Herrigs.
Wrong. And he's still, I mean, he's 4/10 faster right now than Tiny Horse as well. 4/10, unfortunately, 16 minutes ago, not.
It's a big hill to climb out of, right?
Really is. And Kremit's basically running just about now. Still right around that 5 seconds.
16 and a half to go.
Running in the pits according to that.
Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson looking to lap the second place Xfinity car.
Going to round him. Ease. Dylan's kind of evened out now. He's 12 seconds. So just under it now. Okay. We're talking about Everett. Okay.
Remember, this is points have been reset, so Clark looking to get the best finish he can here, going into fight next week. So good on him for keep driving that car instead of just saying, the heck with it. Points racing could be the difference between a championship and not. So Clark got that down to 11-second lead for Johnson, and he's within a little 6.5 seconds behind Kremet. So Kremet's kind of like in between the two of them.
Yeah. So it looks like all the trucks did come back down, like you said. Except for Finnegan, looks like he's still out there.
Yeah, Finnegan's out on 15 laps here. He'll have to come down for fuel. DJ Trout inherits the lead there. Look at about a 2-second lead, or about a 6.5-second lead over. Yeah.
Strategy worked quite well. Amazing if Clark can get it down, load the double digit. Because they're not going to fit again.
Mm-hmm.
Horse right up underneath side.
Yep, 38 lapping the Xfinity Series. So I mean, he's lapped pretty much everybody now then, except for the other Cup cars, and he's going to go to work on Jeff Ramsdale next.
Yeah, quite a cushion. That's about 20 seconds. .9. Can he get down to the 9? Haven't got it under 5 seconds. Came out. That was a nice job. He came out just 3 seconds behind Trout. There's enough time for him to catch.
Yep. Back into the wall there for the 38. Trying to make the car a little lighter by shaving some of it off.
I mean, whatever it takes, right? Seems to have worked for him tonight. Finnegan is flat out chopping that lead. DJ Trout. Coming up on 10 minutes left to go here. Not a lot of close racing. Trucks are probably the closest at this point. Everybody else is on cruise control. Ryan is definitely probably on control. Clark's had a little bit of a setback. He's now 11.3 seconds back. A little bit now back over 5.
So under 10 now.
Excitement of this race is just,
Well, just kind of looking at the scoreboard. Everybody's on the board. So we're not having to go through the board like we normally have to flip through it. It's all up the board. It's all on one scoreboard.
Yeah, so if you can't see it, you're not paying attention.
Yes. It's all there.
It's about the gist.
Yeah, pretty much. And those are times to class leader. So 3.7 seconds, DJ Trout Finnegan. And Dylan Clark has got within 5.5 seconds of Kremit.
You talk for a moment. I'll be right back, Harold.
All right, 8 minutes to go here. So this is our first race of the playoffs. We'll be heading out to, let's see what our next is. Our next up, New Hampshire. So we have our short track next, then our road course, then our super speedway, and then Charlotte be last. So Johnson looks like he's going to put a W in the first race of the playoffs. Unless he does something to himself here, he's hurt his own chances. With 7 to go, so no more cautions. .645 remain. Johnson, Kremit, Clark, Ross, Gitchell, and Ramsdale. Garrett Seidner has a sizable lead over Josh McKinney.
I didn't miss anything, I'm sure, right?
And Garrett Seidner now a 16-second lead over Josh McKinney. DJ Trout 2.7 over Finnegan, so that's been fluctuating a little bit there.
Or be talking to the usual suspects. Doing that work. The Gremlins won't take over that.
You see? We're talking over the schedule just a second ago. Loudon's next, followed by the Glen Dega, and Charlotte. Show short, road, super, and the cookie cutter.
That's it. Finish him out.
But they did, you know, they got a pretty good mix for a five track playoff system. That's pretty much, I don't think you can get any more mixed than that.
That's a good job.
.430 to go.
Much into that.
So they said Johnson 7-7 over Kremet. Seidner 18 seconds over McKinney. DJ Trout 1.4 over Finnegan.
Finnegan's trying. He really is trying.
Clark's got 4 seconds and 4 minutes to get it done. Trying to get that second place out of tonight.
It'd be a heck of a run if he did, but big hit there. Then again within 1.3. Or he's getting near one. Under a second between Finnegan and Trout. Plenty of time to do it. There you go. You want of Trout, 177,988 of Chris Finnegan right behind him. High number. 7/10. He is definitely diving in that corner a whole lot different than DJ is. Comes off. Look at that momentum right there, Harold. He's got him
definitely within
sucked in now. Yep.
0.6. So 2.5 to go.
Or oomph on him. Not quite striking distance yet, but he is definitely there. See what he can do, pulling him down the stretch. Clean off that fourth turn.
He's right on him. 0.4 seconds now.
Corner is where he's making it up. Coming off, he's not loose. Stay on his tail. There you see we talked about earlier where he's trying to snake him. A minute to go. He doesn't have much time to play with. He's got to get him now and dive in and hope for it holds, or, you know. This is one of those tracks that's kind of hard to outbreak when you're going in.
He's back to 0.6 now with 40 seconds left.
Gallant effort.
So see where Johnson's at. With 24 seconds remaining. Front stretch, so the white flag lap here. The white flag's out for Johnson. Finnegan's within 0.3 seconds now. Look at another lap here. Look at the white flag underneath the flag man. We'll come back to these guys. Johnson's going to come across, get his checkered flag. So Tiny Horse coming across the line here, checkered flag. There's your race winner. Tiny Horse Johnson. Garrett Seidner should also bring home a win here.
Basically, like it was going to be DJ Trout holding him off, right?
And DJ Trout does win. Yep, he holds him off.
Great run by Finnegan to get close. But
So Johnson, Kremet, Dylan Clark, Ross, Gitchell, then Ramsdale and Susie, Garrett Seidner, Kopp, McKinney, Herrigs, and Nath Manwaring and John Peterson. And the trucks, DJ Trout, Chris Finnegan, Kevin Gary, Joe Turkle, Kevin Garoni, and Richard Crane. Looking on the onboard of Johnson, and of course I hit that button, and that's going to cause everything to slow up.
yeah,
I tried.
it'll work.
Well, kill ATVO off is what I'm going to do as soon as it stops. So. All right. Bye-bye, ATVO. Hopefully that'll help. So, Tiny Horse, your race winner. You see him watching. And he's got Kremet pushing him. There's Gert, and we're looking for DJ Trout. All right. So let's put Tiny Horse up first. All right, Ryan, we see you playing around there backwards again in your helmet on TV here. You get your first win of the playoffs on the first playoff race. So it sets you up going to Loudon. How's that going to work out for you?
I need it. I'll definitely need the help. I feel, but it was a fun race. We had a lot of good racing with, me, Susie, Dylan, even Luke. I think was up there at 1.2, or well, for the most part. It was very, very hard to pass once you got behind somebody. To me, anyway, it felt like the air just made the car not turn. Like it got super tight behind someone.
So does it, well, as you're driving backwards, which kills me every time you do this, but so I noticed that you touch the wall every time at a certain point, and I believe it was going 3 to 4. Was that what it was, or 1 to 2? I'm sorry, but I know it was a spot. What was that, just to make sure you were hitting your mark every time? Because it didn't seem to do anything to you otherwise.
He was shaving parts of the car off. I saw it.
Well,
Trying to make it more aerodynamic, as Peter would say.
oh, okay. Well, you did a fine job of hitting the same spot aerodynamically every time. He said you're going to Loudon next week. How do you feel about Loudon?
Sometimes it's fun. It's a very, very tricky track sometimes. I always forget where the groove is and where I need to run. So, kind of like tonight, I forgot how the hell to drive this place until the end there. So it'll.
You certainly pulled away, so that wasn't an issue. I guess you were definitely hitting me.
I had some help with, I'm not sure who it was, but Dylan went around, and I know Josh had a little trouble later, so.
Yeah, Susie hit the wall coming off of 4 and nearly just spiked it right into the end of the wall, but thankfully didn't hit it that way. Yeah, and Dylan tried. I mean, he was hammered down, but you had 18 or 19 seconds when he spun, so you had plenty of time to kind of just, as long as he evened your time, you were good. So, well, of course, go ahead and let's get to the point where you thank a few people.
Yeah, I just got to thank the admins and everybody at Split Decisions, our sponsors, you guys for broadcasting, my family, friends, everybody tuning in and watching, all the drivers that come out. Trying to think who I got. Oh, I got Mountain Dew Pitch Black on the car, I think it was. So let's thank them too. And if they want to sponsor me, hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, right? And then if you get that, you just send me like a case or 2, and it will be golden.
Oh, we could figure something out. I'm down.
I'm sure we could. All right. Well, Ryan, thanks so much. Your ladies were on tonight, cheering you on, of course. But I hope you have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. You too.
All right, boss.
Oh, I'm gonna send him off. Moving on, let's get with Mr. Garrett Seidner. I don't think he knows anything about this whole deal about talking to us after the race.
He's probably never. I mean, it's when the guys get into the league and stuff like that, it's tough, Harold.
So Garrett Seidner, dude, I think there's no more room on the car for another wind sticker. I don't think there's space.
Maybe stick it underneath the car. I mean,
Well, then you'll have to turn it upside down to see it, and you don't want that.
Just put them all on the spoiler. Just
there you go.
Them up.
There you go. That'll work. So, yeah. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Have a good holiday.
Yeah, I had a good holiday. It was a good one. I enjoyed myself pretty well. Got to spend some time with family.
Excellent.
Always good to do that, that's for sure.
And then come out and spank the field and win another race. And so I'm going to go ahead and throw myself under the bus. I said you're going to win 4 of the final 5. I've not figured out which one you're not going to win yet, my friend. But
he said he doesn't do good at grow courses, so the Glen maybe.
Well, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Watkins Glen, but I honestly thought it was gonna be tonight because I was struggling in practice. Like, Indy's one of these places, one of the few tracks on iRacing I don't have a knack for it.
Okay.
But because I honestly thought with that first run, I thought Corey and McKinney were gonna give me a run for my money the whole race, and just we kind of clicked with being able to run a certain line just as the race went on, and that's how we kept ourselves out front. And fuel mileage saved to the end, so there's that too.
I was gonna say we didn't know the distance, but how close were you on fuel at the end?
I had about 1/10 of a lap left.
Really?
Wow.
When I crossed the stripe.
I would not have guessed that.
Nope. No, we weren't.
But then again, I was too worried about keeping the race being broadcasted to do my calculations. We had ACVO decided that they needed an update, and they said that they fixed frame rate, but yeah, they fixed it all right. Anytime I touched anything, I touched anything in ACVO, and we went to complete lag, like nothing. was terrible. So, so if you go back and watch, you'll see sometimes that it just completely lags out. But we survived. We survived.
survive.
So.
Well, great race, of course. Why don't you go ahead and thank the people you'd like to thank, sir?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Crunchyroll for this beautiful paint scheme on here with the Spy Family Machine. Thank you for Ray Tustin, Games 123 Racing, John Peterson, Forrest Glory Art and Photography, United Rentals, and friends, family, anybody that supports my racing. Glad to get another one.
Absolutely. Well, Garrett, thanks so much. Great race again. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, see you then.
All right, so moving on now.
That was a prediction, by the way.
Huh?
That was a prediction, by the way.
Was it? Oh, okay. All right, we'll put
This young
DJ.
man quite a bit too.
All right, DJ Trout up here with us now in the booth. He's back.
He's back. Yeah, we just got finished talking to Garrett, who we've talked to quite a bit. Now we're talking to you, who we've talked to quite a bit. First race playoff, good job. I will say this: you had company at the end. He was coming on in a hurry, but how was your truck the whole race?
Not gonna lie, it was really tight towards the end because I hit the wall before the last pit stop there. But other than that, it really didn't feel too tight, didn't feel too loose. But yeah, ever since I hit the wall, it just felt tight. And then Finnegan got to me, and I think he was about 0.5 behind me. And when he got there in that final corner, it kind of made my truck snap a little. So it went to the side, but I was able to save it and take the checkered flag.
I mean, he got as close as 0.3, if I recall, Harold, if that's right. 0.3 was what we were watching, but yeah, you didn't you could tell you didn't panic or overdrive it or anything like that. But I could see where banging that wall like that would cause that problem. But good start though. Great, points were reset, so this is a good way to get it out there, get that win, and not have to worry about it. Got Loudon next week. How you feeling about that?
I actually feel pretty good about it. It's a track where you have to play a lot of strategy, especially with tires. Feel like that's been my strong suit this season, so feel like it definitely plays into my wheelhouse.
Agree with that. All right. Well, again, this is where you get a chance to talk about sponsors or anyone you'd like to thank, if you'd like to do that.
Thank you to my team, Keith Fonseca and Pork Chop, for helping me with my line today, and thanks to my family for watching. Thank you guys for broadcasting as well.
Absolutely. Well, DJ Trout takes one down in the playoffs. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, gonna send him back out here. So, Ken, I mean, basically, we're out of here for today.
Yeah.
Been an interesting day. We'll figure out hopefully something, and if nothing else, we'll be on our way to Loudon. So packing up. In a case, I'm gonna do a shameless plug here. There are still 4 people listening.
Oh, good.
If you haven't had a church and you want to at least hear something, you can watch us on oasisde.org, our Facebook page, YouTube as well. Don't put it on here yet, but hey, just something. You'll see one of the two of us up there most of the time.
All right. Well, let's close it out and get rid of the gremlins.
All right. So we're going to end it that way tonight. Thanks for showing up. Happy New Year for everyone. I'm Harold Darner, Wendigo Studios. With Ken Kushwa. I've already got messed up. Wow. Ken Kushwa with me. And I think tonight's hard luck award goes to my computer.
That's it. That's why I didn't call one.
Anyway, so until next week, we'll see you guys at the next turn.
What an exciting race brought to you by Wendigo Studios